Hello everyone and welcome back. And this will be a general weekly reading for the sign of Taurus for the week of October 6th. And at this time I'd like to give a very special thank you to each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed, and for sharing with others, as well as all the thumbs up on all the videos that you've watched and the hypes you've been giving them. Thank you. As well as all the lovely comments. Thank you for doing that for me. It truly is appreciated. And I love hearing from you. Thank you. Right. Boy, a lot of cards are trying to give messages here. The Moon card. So starting to take care of yourself, your health. Understanding you need to do a little bit of course correction for yourself going forward. And you want to do that. You're changing the way you present yourself to the world, the way you're taking care of your health. All those good prospects going forward. Understanding that it's time for you to start to appreciate who you are and what you bring to the table. Understanding that things are changing in a good way and you are directing them to do so because it's stuff that you want to do. You know, you're taking care of your health, like I said earlier, and your wealth. You've picked a new way to make sure that you have what it is that you desire in the future. And you're not understanding that you need to do a lot of other things. And that's what you're doing. You finally figured out this week that there is lots of things that you want to change. And it's going to be quite surprising to a lot of people, although they have sensed that they never really admitted it. But you are no longer overindulging in anything. You're just taking care of yourself. You want to live healthier and longer and all those good things. So you are no longer overindulging in, you know, sometimes we have whims like overindulging in food, drinks, alcohol. But you're realizing that there's some unforeseen things and you don't want them anymore. You don't want to be any part of that. So you're trusting yourself and your instincts here to start to change the way you take care of yourself. And the King of Cups. Yeah, sitting back, actually enjoying this week. Realizing it's time for you to see what's happening around you. Like you are totally in balance this week. Your emotions are in check. You're just really looking out over your domain. You know, supportive. You're, you know, helping others. You're quite talented at doing that. And, you know, people sense that from you. And that is probably from a very early age, that when you know, bring yourself to the table and you want to help somebody, you go all in. And that's where you're at this week. You're feeling that you've done enough. You know, you've taken on the leader responsibility. You've been very supportive over the time. And now you're feeling more empathetic towards yourself, like allowing yourself to heal yourself, feel your own strength again. Yeah. And the Eight of Cups, or sorry, Eight of Swords. So you've had some self-doubts here. You know, this could have been negative thoughts towards yourself. Maybe you feel like you haven't done enough or hadn't given enough, you know, or perhaps in your past somebody had said something to you negative and it left a mark on you, whether you realized it or not. So it left you that self-doubt for yourself. And now you're realizing you're going past that now. You're overcoming that. You're realizing that the only self-doubt you have is what you allowed to come in, and you're not allowing that anymore. All your negative thoughts and self-doubts are going away because you've proven to yourself and others beyond a shadow of a doubt you have so much to give. And the Empress, yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Definitely sitting back a little bit more, taking in your surroundings. You're feeling more in balance, abundant, developing more self-confidence within yourself. You accomplished so much. The growth is here. Your emotions are in check. You're feeling in balance. Things are really starting to show you what they're worth, and you're starting to recognize it. You're not having so much self-doubts anymore, not questioning yourself. And the universe is saying, well, it's about time. So Taurus, step up for yourself. You're the only one who truly can. Once you decide to do something, you do it. You don't change your mind. You don't walk away from it. You may veer off the path a little bit, but it's not for long before you course correct and do what you feel is the right thing to do for yourself. And the Temptress, yeah, starting fresh. Understanding that things are changing for you, around you, and about you. And it not only helps you heal, but you find the meaning of what brings you joy in your life. So you're more in balance this week than you have been in a long time. You're not, questioning, self-doubts, over-analyzing, worrying, stressing, all that. You've sort of let that just go by the wayside and see what's coming this week. Taking things more in stride. And that's hard for you to do because you're always used to, keeping everybody else in check, making sure everything else is going, rosy. And you're finally allowing yourself to figure out what it is that brings you happiness and how to succeed at that and what you're going to do the next step going forward to accomplish it. And the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you made some investments in your time, energy, and effort for your future. And you've taken a long-term view of it. Like you really, started probably a long time ago for many of you about what you were going to have in your future. And now you're looking at all your hard work, how far you've come, and the results of your adventures, your endeavors, your investments. And you're quite content with how things are looking. You don't normally take inventory of your life, but this is the week that you actually are. You're allowing yourself this time to ask yourself the big question for your future. Is there anything else I want to do? Am I doing okay where I am at? Those sort of things. And the Hangman, yeah, you're finding the balance. Maybe you've been talking to somebody and they sort of had a similar experiences in their life, and it helps you to reevaluate your own. So you're letting go of things so that new things can begin. You have that enlightenment about yourself, a different view, different perspective, and different insight. So you've changed a lot over the years. Whether you've realized it or not, you've released things that no longer serve you. You've changed your direction going forward for your future. You're seeing things in a whole new light this week. It's not that you were looking for this. It just sort of happened. With you talking to people about your past, what you want in the present, it helped you to realign your life again and your own values. And the Eight of Cups. Realizing that there's things in your life that you've had disappointments with. And you're learning to walk away from them. You're not chasing them anymore. You're realizing that that's done, over with, gone. That's part of the past. You can't undo it. You can't fix it. You can't change it. Perhaps many of you have been putting time into this for a long time. Love, money, work, whatever it was, but you're learning that it's time to set yourself free, start a new direction in life. So you're leaving something behind that is long overdue. You're not questioning it anymore. You're not trying to hang on to it. You're realizing it's time to cut it loose so that this new beginning that you want can finally come in. Yeah, the Emperor, look at that. Definitely sitting in your power. Understanding that you are the leadership in this endeavor going forward. And it helps you to rule what you already have with a more clear mind. You're taking the stands of protesting different things in your life that you don't agree with and don't want to have around anymore. And you're learning to let them go. And you're focusing on your future, literally focusing on your future. Maybe some of you are lucky enough that you've, retired, and now you're looking to what will bring you happiness going forward. Some of you are started a family, have grandkids, just a new beginning that gives you that whole perspective of how far you've come, what you've accomplished, and what you're going to bring to the future. And the Seven of Swords, some of you is definitely going away, moving away, leaving things behind you that no longer belong in your life. For many of you, there's been betrayal, disappointment, people getting away with things, although you probably already knew, you just never really took action. But you are definitely walking away from things that no longer serve you. You're not turning a blind eye anymore. You're facing it so that you can change it for your own future. Yeah, look at that decision. Two of Swords. Oof. It has not been easy for you to come to these answers. You've weighed the options. You've taken a good hard look at where you're at, where you're going in the future, who and what you're going to have in the future before you make this decision. And it's not come easy to you this time. Usually you're pretty quick about making a decision and following through on it, but this time you've given it a lot of thought before you go forward. And the Knight of Cups, well, there it is. Romance, somebody coming to help you, you going to help somebody else. This is your knight in shining armor. You're following your heart. You're very charming. And you have a desire of something that you want. And once you have that focus, boy, do you go for it. Like nobody else. And you've already made that decision this week. And it looks like for many of you, it's a new beginning of a relationship. You're finally realizing that's what you want in your life. So you're offering that to somebody else. Somebody coming in with more knowledge, more peaceful, and it helps you to become that way yourself. And the Knight of Swords charging ahead. I love it. You have the strength, the endurance, and you want to get going. You are not waiting for the next day. You're driven to succeed. You think fast on your feet, and that's who you are. When you feel you're doing the right things for the right reason, you go for it. And this is the universe. This is the yes card from the universe saying, move on it. Go for it. What are you waiting for? And you are taking charge of this. And it looks like for many of you, you're going to be offering that cup of togetherness very soon. Wow, that's beautiful to see for you. Letting go of things and people, places from the past, learning to walk away, knowing that something better is around the corner. Falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone. Forgiveness and the resolution of a problem, a resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. Beautiful. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you again next week. Bye for now.